A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, both here in Nigeria and around the world. Well, my name is Mr. Abubakar Mustafa Abubakar, the director of Beacon English Academy in Nigeria. And today, actually, I have made up my mind to make this video clip so that it can go viral. Because I always receive different questions or similar questions about why English, how do I learn English, 1 million questions about that, and that's why the questions are enormous, and that I just made up my mind today to make this video clip so that it's going to be great useful to our students both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. First, I just want to ask to know that English is mandatory. It's a universal language all over the world, and at the same time, we Nigerians that we were colonized by Britain 1st October 1960, that's why it has become an official language to Nigerians. Hausa cannot be used, Igbo cannot, or Yoruba is not possible, because that's why English is chosen, and it's mandatory. But I just want you out there to know that there are different versions of English. We call them Englishes. There is what we call English. This is usually a kind of English that had popularity in Nigeria. Yeah, and then we have Franglish from France, and we have Chinglish, China. We have Spanglish, in Spain. All those aren't real English. Of course, the essence of communication is to understand, but native speakers find it hackling, very difficult or tough, if you may call it this way. In understanding what we say, because of the so many problems we have within the circle of pronunciation, and that's the major problem. What we basically pronounce are quite different from what they do pronounce, and that's why they usually find it very tough to catch what we say. Well, in Nigeria, I see that many colleges and primary schools, the usage of phonetics and phonology is shallow. That's why students find it very tough or difficult to understand what a Britisher or an American says. If truly you want to speak English, you have to adopt the culture of either British English or American English. That's the general. Even though we do have different versions also in England or in Britain, Great Britain, that's the Scottish English, a Cockney accent, things like that. Yes, but the place of birth of English, everybody knows, is England. That's where the English was born. But today, American English has overshadowed British English. I can remember when years back, Graham Fannis, a professor from University of Birmingham, was in Kano, so he was interviewed in why the dichotomy between British English and American. In the end, he had to tell the world that there are a lot of things today. It's been as a superpower, a player. The empire is lies in the hands of the United States. And they have these musicians, stars, singers from the United States. At the same time, American movies. We don't say English films, but we say American films. WWE wrestlers. So there are all things like that. Internet itself. As I've pronounced this word, in the United States, they will not say internet, but they say internet. There are a lot of differences. Though a Britisher understands an American person, likewise, American persons understands or catches what a Britisher says. Just like the kind of dichotomy between the kind of Hausa in Kano and in Katsina. Any person from Kano, if he speaks a Katsinanian, understands. Likewise, a Katsinanian, when he speaks Kanonian, does catch what he says. All right. So I would just suggest that let's learn English from the basic, and let's practice what we've learned. Beacon English Academy, it's a center that usually our students, they suffer. When they arrive, they find it very tough. Some say, I do usually use, a strong accent. I'm trying to now speak down to earth so that listeners out there can easily understand what I mean. Of course, I do sometimes, mishmash or use a tough accent. And if you undergo a different phonetics and phonology courses, right? So you're gonna know all this, the intonation, allegory, things like that, weak and strong forms. That's why we don't understand native speakers. And that's why when you come to Beacon English Academy, you have to learn the English from the basic, from the grassroots, from latest. We begin from late. Some, degree holders, when they come, Which is why so. Are we going to place them in a starter class? We usually test them, try to find out if they really can adopt the culture of good pronunciation. In the letters themselves, the letters alone are things that we don't pronounce correctly. So pronunciation is not only the major problem. Grammar, of course, because sometimes you may find somebody who is good at grammar but poor at pronunciation. Sometimes if your tongue is like that, nobody can change you. Even if you go into the heart of London, you can't change that, your tongue. So but if you have an interest and you put pressure, you practice again and again, body and soul, day and night, a day will come when you're going to conquer that pressure and you overcome your own problems and you address them easily, hands down. English is not difficult, but students, they find it very tough. Students from India, from Pakistan, from Asian countries, right, China, etc., in Germany, it's not like that. When you have the passion and zeal to do something, nothing is impossible. That's why Bonaparte says the word impossible doesn't exist in my dictionary. It only exists in the dictionary of fools. Don't get me wrong when I say dictionary. That usually what Britisher says. An American, they say dictionary. So actually, that's my message to student. You don't have to be afraid of anything. Speak the language. This is your second language. It's not your mother tongue. And everybody makes mistake. Native speakers, they do also. They make mistakes. Native speakers themselves. International public speakers. They even had a dream by Martin Luther King. He made mistakes. So it's natural. It's not, new is a natural phenomena. Nobody escapes. But when the mistakes are enormous, then you sound a little bit imbalanced. So that's why I think you come to Beacon English Academy, either in Kano or in Katsina, or we have mobile classes in Abuja, other part of the country, and even around the world, online classes where we have many students that we give them rigorous training within the circle of English itself. That's why when our students speak, people give them a second look because of the maturity of their English, and the English is full of color, and there are many flavors in the speech. So I think don't be afraid of anything. You can do it. If Mr. A can do it, you can do it. Right? Nothing is impossible. You can do it. Have my word. Trust me. Just have the passion, zeal. Then you're going to, without a ceiling, the sky is the only limit. Thank you very much, Nigeria, and thank you all our students around the world. Thank you once again. My name is Abubakar Mustafa from Beacon English Academy. Thank you once again. Goodbye.